this dude wasn't even like a person of power from what I'm hearing. I mean, I'm hearing that this dude is just like it's like an influencer, like a social media personality who dabbles in politics. Allegedly he met with the president, but I don't know what that truly means. Like I'm sure, well, Aiden Ross has met with the president. XQC has shook hands with the president. I don't know how much that really means anything in today's day. You should expect people to be on your bad side when you're speaking about people that way. And I'm talking about various different groups of people. You can't just attack multiple groups of people and expect to be safe out here.
Trump literally putting
I would have been moving like the president.
Talking about how they
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up new age term that does a lot of damage. But
the impact from this is also a lot bigger than Charlie Kirk, because again,
it's like, bro, there's so many clips of this dude saying like the takes that you're having, brother. They're like, how can you talk about community? How can he be pushing anything positive with these terrible takes? Like every take he has is bashing some community. I don't get it, bro. So what are you fighting for? What are you standing for? That's positive. That has any real progressive effect.
Ain't going out tonight. I'm just gonna be in my room. I just wanna be in my room. I just wanna be in my room.
All right, y'all. Look, I do want to make a video covering this. Now listen, only because it's news. I'm not an overly political type of dude, and you will probably be a political type of person if you are watching this video. I really don't dabble into that at all whatsoever. As an American man, I probably should. I just don't want any parts of it. The only thing I know about this Charlie Kirk, man, rest his soul. Nobody should. Well, I can't say nobody because there are people who are very terrible individuals that may deserve to be taken off this planet. But one thing I can say is this dude made some insane takes. So I do want to say that like I'm not really surprised. Like when you put out a lot of negativity comes back at you, bro. And he was talking about some crazy stuff too, as like a political type of person, bro. He started talking about conspiracies from what I know. Again, I don't know like too much about this guy, but he starts talking about Epstein, and he starts talking about Israel. He starts talking about the Jays. I just a lot of controversial things, and when you talk about controversial things and you go out in public and you don't have like overly security with you and you don't really have protection on you, what was I saying before? Because obviously everybody has been talking about this, and I also haven't seen the video. I'm not gonna watch the video. I looked for it and I couldn't find it, and I'm kind of glad I did, because it was probably very horrific, bro. From what people were saying, bro, like it's not even something I would want to see. But again, rest in peace to this dude, and it sucks for his family, because he's gone. But I think they did find the person who did it. So I mean, there's that. I do want to hop into this though, because I do want to get some background knowledge. I really don't know too much about this guy. I really don't know too much about the situation at all. So I would like to educate myself and cover this topic, because like I said, I've been seeing a few other people cover this topic and things of that nature. But if you like the video, man. If you like it, subscribe. At issues.tm underscore on Instagram. issues.com, and go chill some fire pieces. And let's hop straight into it.
Been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Wait, what?
Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
That was Charlie Kirk. And for anyone who's unaware,
See what I'm saying? How are we? He's bringing gang violence into mass shootings. Like, my thing is, I don't really think that's what's most important. I think what's most important is the fact that he's sidestepping these questions with more questions or like backhanded answers. Like, too many, bro. Realistically, there's probably not of I don't know the facts. I don't know the stats, but realistically, there's probably not a lot of transgender mass shooters. But he said too many. Like, and that's true, bro. One is too many, but like that's kind of sidestepping the point. I don't know.
Aware of who he is a political commentator.
It's that Delicious in Dungeon, bro. This a banger, bro. I'm not gonna lie.
Who does a bunch of debates not only online but also in person, where he has people come down and talk to him and change his mind, normally at college campuses if it's not happening online. Unfortunately, yesterday while doing one of these debates at a
Bro, this that Gotcha Akuta. Damn, my brother knows ball. What the hell? Let me my fault. Let me lock in.
but also in person, where he has people come down and talk to him and change his mind, normally at college campuses if it's not happening online. Unfortunately, yesterday while doing one of these debates at a Utah campus, he was fatally shot after asking that last question that you saw at the very beginning of this video. It is now pronounced dead.
John Solomon's reporting on Just the News that he's passed. Yes, is this what I'm hearing? Yes, can I get it here?
Yes.
Yes.
Authorities said they've recovered a weapon, which they described as a high-powered rifle. They also say the suspect appears to be college-aged and, in their words, blended in well with the college crowd.
We started off as just
Bro, that's crazy. Again, I had no background knowledge on this, so I don't know who it could have been. From what I know, niggas was just creating conspiracy theories. College age is insane though. That means like he had to be like early 20s, late teens. Like, damn, bro. I'm assuming it was a he, as well. But that's crazy, dude.
normal content for Charlie Kirk just became one of the worst events to happen for not only him, his family, but also a lot of his fans. It is genuinely very eerie when you think about it, because moments before this entire situation happened, doing a normal debate.
That's that's what I was saying or thinking. Most of all, it's like I'm telling you, I didn't watch the video or nothing. I really don't know too much about this. I told you what I knew in the beginning. I told you everything I knew in the beginning. Bro, and from what I'm hearing, this dude is not even like a real person of power. That's what I wanted to say before, actually. They tried this with our president, bro. I don't know if that was staged, because, you know, niggas were saying that was staged, but that's how they sweep shit under the rug and create conspiracy theories, you know, conspiracy theories. But this dude wasn't even like a person of power from what I'm hearing. I mean, I'm hearing that this dude is just like an influencer, like a social media personality who dabbles in politics, you know. Allegedly he met with the president, but I don't know what that truly means, you know. Like, I'm sure, well, Aiden Ross has met with the president, you know. XQC has shook hands with the president. I don't know how much that really means anything in today's day, but yeah, to go after somebody like this, bro, yeah, he might make some controversial opinions, but like, why would you want to take him off this planet? I don't know.
And having fun with the crowd of people that were there attended to see him.
Do you know how many transgender Americans have been mass shooters over the last 10 years?
Too many.
Okay, now 5 is a lot, right? I'm gonna give you some credit. Do you know how many mass shooters there have been in America over the last 10 years?
Counting or not counting gang violence?
Great.
That video right
Gang violence, bro. Like, yeah, okay. When we're talking about mass shootings, bro, we're not talking about those type of mass shootings. And do you niggas really even care? Bro, a massive gang violence shooting, like, that's a black issue. Do y'all really care about black on black crime? I don't think y'all really do. I think y'all just see it as crime and you're like, oh, black people. I swear, bro. I hate to make it about race, bro, but I swear that's how it is. Really, us as black people, we should be more concerned about the damage that is being done within our community. Like, it's not like niggas are bringing gang violence to overly Caucasian areas, you know? Or really an area where there's anybody but black people. But that's just my opinion, bro. That's just my opinion. Not to say that it's a good thing at all, because it's a terrible thing. It's actually very bad. But I don't think these people really care about what it is. They just care about the number.
there was literally
Again, sidestepping the question.
seconds before the fatal incident actually happened. And for a lot of people out there who might actually want to go and see the video, I definitely would not recommend that at all, because it is very graphic, not censored at all, and most places like Reddit and Twitter are not even taking down the video, so you might just be genuinely surprised when you end up seeing it. Happening in broad daylight in front of a crowd of a bunch of people, even his wives and children, is generally so bad that even as most people who would be on the freedom of speech or uncensored side literally wondering why these videos are not getting taken down by these news websites.
I just mean some types of censoring when it comes to like somebody that's in high school that is turning on Twitter and they see videos of gory and bloody videos. But I think if you're 16, 17 years old tuning into Twitter and seeing like that, it's
Obviously, initially, with no one
That's
being
crazy.
aware of his condition, a bunch of people on Twitter, Reddit, and all of these public speaking platforms were in straight pandemonium, wondering if he was going to be okay. A lot of prayers being sent out, a lot of words being spoken. He was obviously going to be rushed to the emergency care that they had. Unfortunately, it didn't take too long for a lot of people to start ringing out the fact that he was unfortunately passed away. A lot of people talking about it, that being a lot of right-wing commentators, even the media that I showed you before, and crazy enough, even Donald Trump putting out a tweet saying,
I do want to say, I'm sure that I say too many things actually, and the shit that I say is probably pretty controversial, but I think about how people die every day. Like a crazy amount of people die every single day, but people start to care a lot when it's like an important person or when it's somebody we know. Like we start talking about the condition that they're in, like everybody's saying prayers and shit. But if this was a random person, like you wouldn't even think about it. I mean, I guess if you find out about it, you always want to, you always want to be compassionate or something like that. But like, it's just crazy to think about how this happens on a grand scale every single day. Like, yes, this dude was, killed, but like plenty of people get killed every day. It's crazy, man, but not really.
he's sending his hopes and prayers to Charlie Kirk along with his family because of how he had passed away.
Yeah, so I'm the chairman of the College Republicans
This nigga
of
Myers
America.
started
I
crying.
have 5 students working the event with Charlie. The latest updates we're getting from those students, one whose friend is at the hospital and one who's a state rep in Utah, have both said that Charlie has passed. And that is unconfirmed by the news. This is just the word on the ground.
At the time of me recording this video, the police have put out a new look for what they feel like the suspect is. And I know previously there was some other guy who was like some old dude that they ended up saying was actually the suspect, who turned out to not be the case, because apparently he was too far away or not far enough away. Well, they do have somebody new who was dressed up in glasses, had a mask on, and as I showed in the beginning of this video, it was just more like a student to blend in. They are actually looking for more information on him because he is still at large. Along with the fact that there was apparently another shooting that happened in Utah, there is just no good information coming from there at all, depending on where you actually sit, because the debates around Charlie Kirk's death have been truly insane, and a lot of the takes people have been giving have been pretty interesting to say the least, depending on which side politically you are leaning and how you feel about him.
Guys, Charlie Kirk isn't dead. He's in here. He's in here. He's in here, guys. I'd assume that my Puffco and where Charlie Kirk is right now both sit at around 575 degrees.
And truly interesting would be putting it lightly, because a lot of jokes are being made depending on where you're looking, specifically Twitter, with a lot of people getting their takes up about how much they despised him, didn't like him, and apparently how much he deserved it. While on the other side, we have a lot of people praising him, saying that we lost an amazing person. Again, people like...
I don't listen, bro. From the takes that I've seen him make, I don't think we really lost an amazing person. Like, even if you truly support this guy, bro, was he really amazing? How much greatness was he really doing? Pushing, bro. I'm a firm believer in karma, as well as treating other people how you want to be treated, bro. I get it. I get it. Everybody has their opinions, but negativity is negativity. That is what it is, bro. If you're putting out negativity, you're not a good person. I don't care who it is that you hate, bro. Unless you hate like nefarious individuals. And I'm talking about like serial anything, actually. Serial anything. Because it's niggas out here that be going crazy. But you shouldn't even hate those people. You should hate the effects that they have on people in general. And you should want to fight for justice and not fight against other people. You know, I don't know, bro. I don't know. Hopefully you get what I'm saying. But just the takes that this dude had were very crazy, dude. They were just like radical takes. You should expect people to be on your bad side when you're speaking about people that way. And I'm talking about various different groups of people. You can't just attack multiple groups of people and expect to be safe out here.
Donald Trump literally putting out
Nigga, I would've been
entire
moving like the
videos
president.
talking about how they are truly upset that he is going missing and taking the time out of his day in order to say something because of how important he was to him and the people around him.
Charlie inspired millions, and tonight, all who knew him and loved him are united in shock and horror. Charlie was a patriot who devoted his life to the cause of open debate and the country that he loved so much, the United States of America.
Now, I'll be honest, I don't know how important or how close of friends you have to be with Donald Trump in order to get a personal video from him, but that just shows you the wide reach he has and the amount of people that truly did know about him. But for anybody that doesn't know him and doesn't really understand why you would have those two so polarizing takes from people, it's because of a lot of the things he said on this debate. He was a very radical person and would say a lot of things that genuinely would get under people's skin, which is putting it very lightly. And because his word was so powerful, as I showed you, literally Donald Trump has made a video talking about him. A lot of people feel like what he says is important, and the radical stuff that he says has a lot of effect and can cause a lot of change. But when he talks about things, it's in a very negative way.
Hundreds of years.
Black America is
You don't
worse than
think
it has been
that
in the last
affected
80 years.
the generation?
This shows they were actually better in the 1940s. It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
I think it's worth it.
Like it was bad, it was evil, but it was better? Better for who? Okay, there was less crime. I guess there was probably less crime in black communities, because black people were probably more unified because they were under the thumb of white people. Like, that does not make it better. I'm pretty sure it's better now because we have freedom. Okay? Yes, there is maybe more crime. Yes, there is maybe more division in our communities. But at least we have freedom. At least we don't have to be separate in our bathrooms. Like, I'm telling you, bro, segregation was a crazy time. And he said the 40s, bro. I'm not a huge history buff, but the 40s, brother, that's like multiple generations ago. I just want to look up 40s USA, bro, and just see what this shit look like. Yeah, this is Sinners. Nigga talking about Sinners is better, bro. What? You're insane. For niggas, insane. Bro, niggas were actually getting, I don't even want to, Emmett Till, bro, like, fuck no. Like, this is when crime wasn't even being documented. So how could you even say this, bro? Like, police were actually just openly beating on black people during these times. Like, there had to have been more crimes committed. There's no way.
I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we.
And then he says this, bro. I can't even upload this video, bro. It's gonna be too many niggas in the comments, bro. And he's like, niggas are really like taking this clip of all clips and really highlighting it because it's crazy ironic that he would say something like this and then this is how things go down, you know?
It was bad, it was evil, but what happened? Something changed. They committed less crimes.
I think it's worth it. I think it's worth to have a cost of, unfortunately, some gun deaths every single year, so that we can have the Second Amendment to protect our other God-given rights. That is a prudent deal.
Trust me, there were a lot more clips and a lot more crazy radical.
It's fair. It's fair what he's saying, you know, like, okay, we could have some gun deaths. So, I mean, we keep our guns, you know, that's the byproduct of having our freedom, I guess, which is crazy because you're literally just taking the complete 180 from the last take he had, by the way. That's just how I'm seeing it. But basically, he's saying, you know, our right to bear arms is more important than the number of lives that are being taken from it, which is, I don't know. It's a take for sure. But then he, you know, I already said it, bro. We don't really have to harp on this.
Things that he said. It was very obvious to see what Charlie Kirk stood for and what he was against. Mainly gay people, trans, black people. The way that he talked about these subjects was never truly in a positive light, and it caused a very big divide between those groups of people and Charlie Kirk. So
here's my thing, right? I'm gonna keep pausing, fuck it, so we can just take the whole topic as it is. I don't even think that if he stuck to talking about black women, because he was bashing black women in government or political places, and he was saying that they're literally not intelligent enough to be in the circles that they're in, and they're only there because they took the position of a white man. I swear that's what he said, word for word. They're literally not intelligent enough to be in political spaces or something like that. That's crazy, bro. But my point is, he could keep talking about, like, you know, black women, or I guess people of color. He can just do that. But then he started talking about the Jays, bro. He started talking about Israel and all type of stuff, bro. He started talking about Epstein. I don't know why he just, I don't know, bro. Certain things are just like forbidden. It's like Voldemort, bro. You can't talk on that.
When I see these people who are upset about the things that he said, not really caring that he has passed away, I genuinely cannot judge them, because in their eyes, this is someone that has not only always spewed hate about them, but in some instances literally never even viewed them as people and called them lesser than. So them seeing an oppressor in their eyes be gone from this world is not going to cause any pain or strife or empathy from them. It is generally just going to be something that they're just going to move on from the day as if it never really happened. Now, regardless of how you may feel about somebody, their viewpoints, their opinions, I am not one to say there and be like, you should be celebrating someone's death. I feel like that's a little outrageous, but I definitely am understanding of the side of people who are just going to move on with their day as if it never even happened. Now, so some people that might sound messed up, but truly, they don't have empathy for this guy, and in some instances he never really had empathy for them.
I can't stand the word empathy. Actually, I think empathy is a made-up new age term that it does a lot of damage, but
the impact from this is also a lot bigger than Charlie Kirk, because again,
it's like, bro, there's so many clips of this dude saying, like, like the takes that you're having, brother. They're like, how can you talk about community? How can he be pushing anything positive with these terrible takes? Like, every take he has is bashing some community. I don't get it, bro. So what are you fighting for? What are you standing for? That's positive. That has any real progressive effect. You know, I have to know what people are supporting. But anyway, fuck, there was something else I wanted to say. Oh yeah, he's talking about not having empathy. He's saying empathy is a new age term, and I guess I get what he's saying, because now we have, like, we're becoming a lot softer as a society. So, like, I guess I get it. But then he goes and this is what happens to him. You feel me? Because of, it's almost like he manifested this shit, you know?
Does a lot of damage, but
the impact from this is also a lot bigger than Charlie Kirk, because again, the debate style that he does is nothing new, and a lot of people go and do those same things, and it's caused people to look inward to see moving forward if they should buff up their security, if this is even a safe thing to do, because if it can happen to him, it can happen to more people. Again, like Myron Gaines, who is someone who goes out and does this debate style content to college campuses and has people come up so they could change his mind. And he actually was supposed to have a debate recently, but is going to end up canceling it because he doesn't know how to feel about the situation, and isn't fearing of his own safety, because if something like that can happen to Charlie Kirk, he feels like something like that could definitely happen to him.
I actually had a debate set up for tomorrow in Asheville, North Carolina.
Are you still going to go to your event? Or are you going to cancel it?
I mean, I don't know. I wouldn't be surprised.
You gotta cancel it, bro.
I would advise to cancel it because
cancel it. Myron, cancel it. Can't be doing this anymore. You can't put yourself at risk.
Yeah,
see, my thing with this is, when I had first looked at it, and I still don't see it any other way. Myron is Myron, bro. I mean, I wouldn't risk it if I was him. I wouldn't go out there and do these public debates. But from what I know, Myron really only bashes women, and you know, people of the LGBTQ community, right? I don't think he's very political. Again, I don't really dabble into his content, so I have no idea what he actually does. But if that's the case and he's not getting political, I don't think anybody would try to scope him. Like, I don't think any trans person is really about to get a Barrett 50 cal and then, you know, I don't know. That's just my take, bro.
I literally
That's what
I
they
just
want, though.
I just got this info like 10 minutes ago, so I you know, obviously I'm still kind of figuring out what the hell's going on. I didn't even really think about Asheville until you guys brought it up.
This entire situation, outside of being something crazy that happened, the ramifications from it are already noticeable even just a couple of hours later. A lot of people like Myron Gaines questioning if they should even do this debate style content in person anymore. A lot of people from these college campuses in fear of their lives, and even other college campuses worried about even having these people on, and people around Charlie Kirk and people opposed to him saying a crazy ton of things online about him. It genuinely is sad to see, and hopefully in the future we don't have anything like this happen again. And a bunch of people learn from the situation and start moving differently as a whole. But at the end of the day, that's just how I feel. If you want to tell me how you feel, the best way to do it would be the comment section.
Sorry, I zoned out. I got a text. What do you say?
It genuinely is sad to see, and hopefully in the future we don't have anything like this happen again. And a bunch of people learn from the situation and start moving differently as a whole.
Yeah. People are saying that this is like, first of all, Chief Keef got sniped at by one of 6ix9ine's goons. See, this is what I be saying though. And our president got, you know, they tried this before, and they tried it again, and this time it just happened to be successful. Like, I mean, you know, they did the same thing to JFK, and they did the same thing to Martin Luther King. Like, bro, but the point I'm trying to make is this is nothing new, right? I get that people are afraid and they don't want to go out and do like this type of stuff, but again, you gotta understand, like, I don't want to say it was warranted, but again, it's to be expected. By what I'm saying, you're putting out all this negativity. Like me, I don't know, even like if you're in a spotlight in general, bro, like, cause you got crazy people like Amaranth fans, like that be overly stalkers, and then they try to come to her house and find out where she lives and, like, you know, take advantage of her or whatever the fuck, you know what I mean? It happens, bro. It's to be expected. I'm not gonna live my life in fear, and I don't feel like a bunch of politicians really have to worry about this type of thing. But I don't know. But again, I will say, our president, bro. Like, if somebody was gunning for our president, nobody's safe, bro. Nobody's safe. But again, not really the first time. I just be careful about what you say, bro. Be careful about who you piss off, and don't talk about the Jays, bro. Do not talk about the Jays. You see what they did to Kanye. That's all I'm gonna say, bro. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. If I even upload this, I probably can't, bro. That's what I'm saying. I don't like uploading videos like this, because anytime I upload videos like this, they get some sort of backlash from people who have, like, I hate to say, but nothing better to do with their lives but hate on the next nigga, you know? Or like people who are overly opinionated about things that I generally don't care about. So there's that too. But I mean, it's me, bro. I'm the poster. I choose to post it, and I don't really have to respond. But if you like the video, man. Let me know what y'all think in the comment section down below. If you like it, subscribe. At issues.team on Instagram. Issues.world.com, which is some fire pieces. And I'm out. Nigga talking about sinners is better, bro. What? You're insane. For niggas, insane.